Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'll be showing you how to crochet this lovely plant hanger. It is very easy and doesn't take long to make. You will need a double knitting yarn. I'm using acrylic yarn. I got this from One Beyond I think, but any will do. I'm using a 5mm crochet hook. You will need something to cut your yarn with, a tapestry needle and a stitch marker if you'd like. For my houseplant I use a bottom of a big pop or soda bottle. I think it's a 2-litre one, because they don't weigh anything and I don't need to spend money on bigger plant pots. It will hold a standard size house plant, so because it's acrylic it will stretch, but I'm sure you can try it with cotton yarn, but I don't use cotton yarn, I use acrylic. So let's begin. To start this project we're going to make a magic ring, and we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and into this magic ring we are going to place 12 double crochets. I use US terms for my crochet, not English terms. So yarn over into the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, and that's 1. I like to place my stitch marker just so I can find the stitch easier for the slip stitch. So that's 12 double crochets into the magic ring. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We're going to pull on the tail to close the ring, and then we are going to slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. There we go. Round 2, we're going to start with chain 2 again. We're going to place 2 double crochets into each stitch around. So we're going to increase this round, and we're going to end up with 24 double crochets in round 2. It's 1, 2. That's 2 double crochets in each stitch around for a total of 24 in round 2. I will be back when I finish the round. When you've finished your round, again slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet that you've made. We're going to move on to round 3, and it's another increase round, so we'll start with chain 2 and then place 2 double crochets into the first stitch and then 1 double crochet into the next. It's 2 double crochet in the first stitch and 1 double crochet in the next, so we're going to repeat that. 2 double crochet, that's 1, 2, and then 1 double crochet in the next. So you repeat this around for a total of 36 stitches in round 3. When you finished your round, make your slip stitch into the first stitch of the round. We move on to round 4. That's 1 more increased round, so we'll start with chain 2 and then 2 double crochets into that same stitch, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. So again, 2 double crochet in the next stitch, 1, 2, and then 1 double crochet in the next and 1 double crochet in the next. You will end up with 48 stitches in round 4. When you've finished your round, make your slip stitch. Now we're going to move on to round 5. So we're going to start with a chain 1, and now we're going to place 1 single crochet in each stitch around, keeping your total count of 48 stitches for the round. That's 1 single crochet in each stitch around for round 5. When you finished your round, again make your slip stitch. Apologies if you can hear my fridge. Now we're going to make the little loopy things. So we're going to chain 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. And then we're going to count 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to slip stitch in the 8th. There we go. Now we're going to chain 20 again. Count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And slip stitch in the 8th. And we're going to repeat this around. And when you get to the other side, you're going to slip stitch back into the same stitch where we started the first 20 chain. So I'm going to finish this off camera. You should have 6 loops like this around. I'm going to finish this off camera and I'll be back to attach the end here. So to connect your last chain, we're going to go straight into here, where we slip stitch previous round. This is what it's going to look like for now. And then we are going to chain 1. We're going to work on the front side, not behind the loops, but in front of the loops. And then we're not going to use this stitch here, because that's where we did the slip stitch before. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to make a slip stitch in each of those. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're going to repeat the previous round, but we're going to start from here. So we're going to chain 20. It's twisting. And then we are going to count 7 stitches and slip stitch in the 8th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and slip stitch in the 8th stitch. So it's going to be overlapping like this. So we're going to repeat this around. We're going to chain 20 and then count 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget this one where we connected the chain before. 5, 6, 7, and slip stitch on the 8th. And when we come all the way around, for this round you'll have 6 loops as well. When we come all the way around, we're going to slip stitch back into the first beginning of the chain. So I'm going to finish this off camera and I'll be back when I'm finished with this round. So I've come back round to the beginning and we're going to slip stitch the same stitch that we started this chain. And in total you should have 12 loops. And we're going to pull the yarn through and cut ourselves a tail. Now I don't like to end up with loads of tails to sew at the end, so I'm just going to quickly sew these in. There we go. And this is what it's going to look like so far. Kind of cute. Now we're going to take our new yarn. I'm going to pick any random loop. It doesn't matter which one you start with. Working from the outside again. So when I work into the loops, because we're going to connect them together now, I like to sort of pinch it in the middle like this. So it's centered. So you're not doing your stitches on the side, so it's sloping. So I'll pinch it like this and I'm going to attach my yarn. Hang on. Shut up, fridge. I'm going to make a couple of knots just to secure the yarn, and I'm going to work over it, and then you don't have to sew it in. It's 1 and 2, and then you're going to chain 1. It's not centered, so I'm going to pull it slightly. There we go. Now I'm going to work over this tail so I don't have to sew it in afterwards. I'm going to make 4 single crochets on the top of each loop. So if you pinch it, it is easier to work with. That's 1. I'm going to use my stitch marker. 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to cut this tail first. Here we go. And then to the next. Just make sure that you're catching the one that's overlapping the front 2 ones. Sorry, the 2 front ones. And then I'm going to pinch it in the middle, so it's centered, and then 4 single crochets in this one as well. So this is what I'm going to repeat all the way around. 4 single crochets on the top of each loop, just to connect them back to the standy up round. 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to do this all the way around. 4 single crochets on the top of each loop. Again, it's easier to pinch it together so they connect nicely. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just make sure you're grabbing the right loop each time. And then I'll do this all the way around, and I'll be back when I'm done. So you should have 48 stitches at the end of this round. So I've come back round to the beginning, and we're going to make a slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round. Now it does look a bit like this, but once you put your hanger in it, it will stretch out and stand up. Now we're going to make a round of single crochet now. So chain 1 and place a single crochet in each stitch around, keeping a total of 48 stitches. So I will finish this off camera, and I'll be back when I'm done with this round. Single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 48 stitches. Finished my round, and I'm going to slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round. If you've noticed that your loops are not centered, then it's very easy to move them. You just grab where you did the single crochets, and you can just, if you pinch, you can just pull the whole chain across. Just make sure that you're grabbing your stitches so it's not pulling on the whole top row, top line. Next round we are going to make a double crochet, sorry, half double crochet. No, it was a double crochet, sorry. Chain 2, and then place a double crochet in each stitch around, keeping a total count of 48 stitches. That's a double crochet in each stitch around. Finished my 48 double crochets. I'm going to slip stitch. Now I'm not going to tighten on this slip stitch because we're going to need this one at the end of this round, sorry. So for the next round, we are going to make little waves to attach our strap to. So we're not going to work into the same stitch. We're going to work into the next one, and we're going to place 5 half double crochets into the next stitch. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to slip stitch right into the next stitch. So they're going to end up like this. and then we're going to slip stitch into the next 10 stitches. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And this will prevent it from stretching too much to the side, because without it, it stretches a lot more. That's why we're doing slip stitch. Into the next stitch, go our 10 slip stitches. I'm going to place 5 half double crochets into the next stitch to create another wave. 4 and 5, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, and then 10 slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the sun is out. 6, 7, 8. Oops. 9 and 10, and again 5 half double crochets into the next stitch. 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch into the next 10 slip stitches, and then repeat one more wave, which is after your 10 slip stitches, 5 half double crochets into the same stitch, slip stitch into the next, and then you should be able to finish with 10 slip stitches all the way to the end. So I'm going to finish this off camera, and I'll be back to finish the end. And we're going to make the last slip stitch into the same stitch that we started. I'm going to pull our tail through, cut your yarn off, and I'm just going to, oops, lost my tail. I'm just going to sew this in. There we go, and this is what it looks like so far. It's a bit scrunched up, but once the plant pot is in, it's gonna stretch out. So you can pull on it like this and see how your loops are sitting, and you can always sort it after you've got your plant inside. So we don't need this anymore. I'm going to take our new tail. Where is it? And we're going to work across like this with one, and then across like this with one. So we're going to make a slip knot, and we're going to count on one of the ears, doesn't matter which one. 1, 2, 3. Insert your hook and attach your new yarn. Again, I'm going to make a double knot. I just like to secure it with double knots. I'm going to sew all the tails when we finish the straps. And I chain 80. You can do it longer if you want, but don't forget that if you're using acrylic, it will stretch. So don't do it too long unless you want it really long. I'm going to chain 80, and then I'm going to attach it to the opposite ear. I will be back to show you how to do that. When you have finished making your chain, grab your opposite ear, I call them, opposite wave, and just find the top stitch, and then attach your yarn, pull your yarn through, and cut yourself a tail. There you go. And then make another one with these two. I'll be back to show you how to finish this off. I've finished both my straps. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull it straight so they're both matching in length. And then I'm going to take one of the tails that I've cut off before, and I'm going to make a knot at the top. And then turn it over and make another couple of knots. So the knot is at the bottom. And then I'm going to sew all the tails in, which we should have 4 left, unless you've left all your tails to be sewn at the end. I've quickly sewn all my tails in, and I just use this to place it in the pot, in the hanger. Just make sure it's centered like this, and then it's see-through. It will have the stretch, obviously, but this is what it looks like. I think it looks beautiful. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.